This is a really good question. And oftentimes I feel like us as Americans, we kind of look at things as either or, and not necessarily it's the same problem, just it's two different sides of the same coin, right? And so just a matter of how do we get there. So oftentimes when I am speaking with someone who has a differing political opinion than I do, I always let them finish their statement. If it's a rant, if it's a vent, let them finish their whole and complete statement and listen to the very end. Once I have listened to the very end and heard them out, I can then engage in conversation to say, okay, here's the factual based evidence that I can show to prove that this statement here, either why it's true, why it's untrue, or why I could understand the context in which you said it, right? Because some of the arguments that people have, some of those feelings are very valid, right? And so oftentimes people really just want to be validated in their feelings. And once you validate that emotion, you can then, it makes them more open to hearing what you have to say to back up the fact. And once you back up the fact, now we then can start to collaborate and work together to say, okay, you feel like this because of this. Well, here's the misinformation that was given to you. Or I could understand where you're coming from with that. However, or yes, and, right? So not necessarily coming at it with a certain level of hostility or contradictory type statements, but really saying yes, and this is also true.